Hey everybody, this is Grace. Pardon the way I'm doing the video, it's just convenient. Plain and simple at this point. I had been doing them this way because of the pandemic. I wasn't going anywhere at all. Like once a month maybe. Things like put gas in my SUV. This is Texas and I couldn't just sit out here in my SUV and not run the air conditioner. And before that was the heater. And but this week we decided we're going to do some things, and I go to it. Like today we went to McDonald's, so that was a big deal for us, real big deal during this time. Anyway, I want to make a video about some of the people who during this pandemic. Today is June 23rd, 2020. I don't always make my videos public whenever the day I make them, so it could be later now by the time you watch this. But during this time, since I'd say back in February, you hear a lot of voices, a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of misinformation, a lot of conspiracy theories about all of it. And I've made videos basically as a pressure release valve because of hearing so many people talk about it in that conspiracy theorist type of way, and that all the they would say that all the scientists are just wrong, and this is all a hoax, this is all a hype, this is that kind of thing. I've made videos, like I said, all along, just because I totally disagree. But but where I want to go with this is there is actually some kind of a mental. It's not a disorder. It's a mental. I wish I had brought that out. What it's called, but it's a problem they have mentally. That it's actually scientific proof behind it, which is kind of yeah, because they don't believe in scientific proof. Many of them don't. So there's scientific proof behind that their minds are messed up. When it comes down to it, that's basically it. So imagine. Yeah, and but they just don't think right. They're like, people who do. You see, people who actually believe what the scientists say and what the scientists do, and so forth. Now, I do want to say something about that. These people who are the conspiracy theorists say, oh, the scientists were wrong then, but now they're saying this. Yeah, they're only hearing part of the story, aren't they? They're switching it around and molding it different ways so that it can fit their own agenda, especially if they're going to profit off of it somehow, some way. It doesn't always have to be money. It could be attention, or to try to say they're know-it-alls. But they fail to go right back to the beginning and say, they have told us repeatedly, we don't know all there is to know about this. It's a new coronavirus. It's a novel coronavirus. You're not going to, okay, here it is, there it is, there's this virus, now we know everything about it. No, that's not going to happen. It's never existed in we've never had it. It's never been a pandemic. None of us alive, except very few, I would say, have ever lived through a pandemic. And never this one. Okay, never this coronavirus. Never this coronavirus. So there's no way scientists would, magically snap their fingers on day one and they say, we know all there is about it. No. So they had to go through time, and some of the things take time. Imagine that. It's not all there on the first day. Really. It's not all there on the first day. They don't know all the symptoms on the first day. They don't know how long the symptoms are going to last because it's the first day. It's the second day. It's a week. It's a month. It's a few months. They're not going to know until it's not over till it's over. You see? But these conspiracy theorists and these con artists that want to use it to make money or whatever, somehow, some way, it's usually at the end of it, there's money involved. Okay, my experience in life, and I grew up with a conspiracy theorist as a mother. Oh yes. Well, she actually didn't have any, I gotta say, she didn't have any money involved in it. But, so I can't say 100%. But yeah, she wasn't thinking right at all. She was basically a shut-in. She didn't, yeah, there's a whole video I can make about that, or have already. But yeah, they don't think right. And the ones that do actually think right, they're doing it on purpose to make money, to influence people, to have followers, to have, like their little flying monkeys and so on and so forth. Yeah. Anyway, forgive me. I'm suffering from big time allergies. Actually, Adam had just mentioned it, and I had heard about this, I think sometime within the past week or so, about that. I think it is some kind of dust coming from Africa, something like that. I'm in Texas, and I knew that it was going to be up again, up to like the coast, southeast Texas and so on, and out in the Gulf. I didn't know if it was going to come this far up. I'm north of Dallas, and they said that allergy sufferers would feel it before they see it, basically. And for the past few days, oh my goodness, I'd say about a week now, maybe not even a week. But my eyes were so dry. I've never had eyes dry that, much. And I have a couple of videos I made the other day, and underneath my eyes look really swollen, but they weren't. I looked in the mirror and they weren't. But on the camera they were. There's something with the light and the mirrors, something light and mirrors, and it was more like light and makeup. My makeup just was wrong. It's happened before. But really my eyes were very dry and itched. And now it's my throat, and I have allergies, seasonal allergies. I have allergies all year long. But now, okay, having said that, what are the conspiracy theorists going to say about that? Oh, they'll say that dust isn't real, and that stuff is not real, and this just all hype and is all hoax, and they're just saying that so they'll make us stay home even more, and they're somehow us staying at home is fitting some kind of agenda. To each their own in the way that they believe about stuff. I am that type of person. But if you're hurting and harming somebody because of your opinion, like telling people to sign some kind of thing that states that they don't, if they are in, it's like a DNR, but not, like if they have the coronavirus and they're in the hospital, that they can't give them any treatment for it. Who would set somebody up for that? I would think these are people who are more like psychopaths, who had their sheeple, their followers for their conspiracy theories, and they're really laughing at them because they're killing off these people, and they're making them go through so much pain and anguish and suffering, because you're in the hospital for it. Really, and somebody's telling you, tell them that you don't want any kind of medication or any kind of anything. Really? That's psycho if somebody tries to tell people that. Oh my goodness. And there are people who are going to believe it. And I'm well aware of people who are going to believe it. I grew up with people I grew up with a mother as a conspiracy theorist. Okay, seriously. My dad wasn't. My mom pretty much hid it from him. But I was the one that she took outside in the back with her at night because she was afraid to go alone with herself. And I was like 5 years old and little, say between 5 and 10, who knows how much older, to go outside and look for UFOs, look for aliens. Okay? I heard so much about Watergate. But man was never on the moon. Now, Mom, there's aliens, but the man was never on the moon. Come on, seriously. And I'm not a believer myself. She believed the doorbell. When she got dementia, she believed that when the doorbell went off, it was one that was battery operated. When it would go off by itself and nobody was standing there, it was my dad talking to her. He had already passed by then. Talking to her, things like this. She believed the people on the TV. Not only were you watching them, but they were watching you. Mom, there was a lot of people they'd have to be watching. And somebody else I know believed her and said she's right. Yeah, I could go on. Some people think all this stuff is new, flat earthers and all that stuff. No, come on, seriously, really. Against the immunizations and so on. It's nothing new. They didn't just recently come up with it. The TV shows either. So, my minor, by the way, my degrees are in psychology and sociology. My minor, but when I changed to a different university, I didn't have it, and so I switched to a double major, was anthropology. So, yeah, I was going to go and dig, but something happened, and I couldn't go. I don't remember what it was years ago, and but yeah, I've heard all kinds of things. I've heard, and I understand the people who do think that way and how they get caught up in it. And some things that have happened, people were called conspiracy theorists, and it turned out to be true. Nobody needs to tell me that. No, you do not need to tell me that. Okay, like I'm some stupid idiot. That really gets me, is when the conspiracy theorists think that anybody else, if you're not with them 100%, then you're stupid. Okay, what does it say more about them? Yeah. I was going to say, it feels good to actually just let it rip. What do they call it these days? Riff? Like as if I had some kind of I think that's the word, isn't it? Like when you have a script, but you get off the script and they call it a riff? Something like that. I have no script. Not today. I usually keep notes, write down little notes on notepads, and then just to remember what I was thinking, because I wake up in the morning and I have so many thoughts of, I want to do videos on this and this and that, and so I just keep notes. And eventually, not that day, maybe not that year, I get back to them. But this one, I like to go stream of consciousness, just go with your own flow of your mind. I can't do it 100% because I have to turn my, make little clips, because I've been one to the phone go flying across the SUV and all that if I made them short, long. So I don't do that. But anyway, yeah, I just went with the flow on this video. I kind of like I said, I really like doing that. Some people can't stand listening to it. Plus, there are some people who want to know those, they want to hear those 28-second commercials. Every video should be really short and just to the point. Let's put out everything in just the 28 seconds. No, that's not good. If you have the attention span of a gnat, and if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. I never used to like hearing people say that. If you don't like it, you don't have to read it. You don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Never liked it, because there are different attitudes about it, really. It's really how people are saying it, and they mean it, and they think about it, and what's behind it, all that. It's not the same when people say things like that. But it's true, If you're one who wants a 28-second commercial and the person makes a 30-minute long videos, don't be bitching at them about making their videos too long whenever that's that's what you like, and that's not what they do. Okay, period. End of discussion. No problem. You don't have to watch. It makes sense. It really does. But I've known people to use that kind of thing when they're giving out that misinformation. Like I said, well, if they don't like what I'm saying, they don't have to listen. No, you shouldn't be giving out that misinformation that could possibly harm people. Period. There's the end of discussion. You see what I'm saying? But no. Some of these, yeah, and they know they are. But they're doing it to keep the crowd who's looking for confirmation bias. They just want to hear what they want to hear, and they want to find somebody who's going to tell them that what they think is right, what they hope for is right. Like the people who want to hope that the pandemic is not real, they'll search for people who say it's not real. Some of them, not everybody. None of this is one size fits all, of course. But they might know people who will search for that so they can say that. You see what I'm saying? So no. But really, they should not be giving out misinformation. They should not be trying to twist people's minds that way just so they can make money. But we all know they do, or they can get attention. There are some drama queens out there and drama kings who want to get all that attention, and they don't care what they say. They don't care if they hurt anybody. Kind of psychopathic, sociopathic. They don't care. As long as they're getting what they want, it does not matter. They'll even say things like, "It makes good business sense. It's good business. It's entrepreneurship." Oh my God! It's no conscience, total lack of empathy, total lack of remorse, guilt, shame. Yeah, it's all about them. Wrap up cluster bees in a nutshell. Almost, really. Oh my goodness. Well, you do have to add in a few things, of course. More than a few things, really. You know, like the little supposed physically grown adult, mentally teenager less, or less, throwing a little temper tantrum, lying on the floor, banging their hands and up and down, their legs up and down, and crying and screaming, and I want my way, or I'm going to hurt you bad, kind of thing. Yeah, that's the only part of it. Yeah, threaten you and all this. The people need to, when you become an adult, you need to be aware. You don't threaten people. Okay, that time is gone. When there's so much, especially now during this pandemic. Oh my goodness, yeah. No. Just don't. Just don't. Period. And I've noticed recently myself, I made a video about this, it's so many of these bad people, that karma is a bitch. I don't believe in karma itself, like I think more people understand karma these days, just saying karma. What goes around comes around, you reap what you sow, oh, what a tangled web you weave, and any of those kinds of things, that it's catching up with them. It's coming back around. It's biting their butts. It's just people aren't accepting of that BS anymore. Those games, some people, but like I said, you got these sheeple who will follow anybody who says what they want to hear, and glorify that person. And these are just the same people who say they're Christians, and you're glorifying somebody, some human. Nope. You know better. Don't give me that. You know better. So. But it's all because they're telling them what they want to hear. That's a big part of it. Not all, but a big part of it. They just tell them what they want to hear. And they'll come running. Yeah, let it rip. Lately, I've always known that I tend to use old expressions and stuff like that. I've always known that since I used to do blogs and online diaries, and before that they were called online journals, and so on and so forth, listservs, back all the way to 1990. And but I've used different kinds of expressions and stuff, but lately I've been using a lot more, and I kind of like it. It's kind of fun, because you have to wonder, in a way, do the younger people today, have they heard any of these? Like when somebody, the one I always had the trouble with, I think the main one was how the cow ate the cabbage. I'm like, what is different? What? Well, why the way the cow ate the cabbage matter? Or that one also, can't see the forest for the trees. When I was young, I just couldn't wrap my mind around that when I was really young. Just couldn't. Yeah. But anyway, I think I've gone with the flow enough on this video. But I just wanted to talk about sometimes it's just good to sit outside, and the weather's good. The temperature right now is 79 degrees. Can you believe it? June 23rd, 2020 at 3:25 p.m. Wow, it's been great. Had a lot of rain lately. But anyway, it's just good to sit outside in my chill-mobile is what I call it. And just chill out. There I go again. And do little videos that's no particular order, no 28-second commercial, and just let my mind flow, go with the flow. Alright, but I think that's enough for this video for now, and I will talk to y'all in another video.